Mr. DJ Rose, Verteezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
DJ Rose in the building, man. No More Black Tears podcast. We're sipping on that dog. What we sipping on, man?
At Uncle Nearest, man.
Uncle Nearest. That's
Always
what
black
We're sipping on. And we at the next light, man. We out of traffic. CCC's, man. What's up?
Yo, what's good, people? Hey, it's Masters Week. Since we're talking about Masters, one of the few black-owned golf companies, Eastside Golf. Shout out to them.
Verteezy, man. What you been up to this week, man?
Man, chilling, man. Enjoying this beautiful week, man. Let's get to it.
Yeah, man. We're in the most beautiful place on earth, Augusta, Georgia, man. Let's get it. It all happened in a week. We'll be talking about topics tonight.
So this first topic of the night, C sent a video, and it was kind of in conjunction with a lot of videos of white people imitating black dances, a lot of stuff in black culture. The video specifically sees, describe what you saw and how it relates to cultural appropriation.
It's basically one of them same videos you always see, but it was college and it was like that song, slide it to the left, slide it to the right. And you just see a whole...
Right foot, turn with it.
Yeah, that song. And it's just like, you know how TikTok is big, so always gonna be the tastemakers. And it's the same thing. You're gonna start seeing videos with trail ride shit. You know, where them fans at?
Yeah, where them fans at?
That's already taking off. And you always see this. It's always other cultures will take from what black people are doing. And it basically just dropped the conversation. We did it, one of the few early episodes we did, we were talking about culture appropriation. I mean, for context, it's like, what's appropriation and what's appreciation? Appreciation is like, all right, hey, Cinco de Mayo, we gonna celebrate it, whatever. St. Patrick's Day might be appreciation. I mean, technically not really, because I mean, motherfuckers just using excuses to get drunk. But I mean, there's a lot of cultures that do borrow from other cultures, or people enjoy things. So I'm not knocking anybody and telling anybody how they should be able to enjoy shit. But it's like, hey, you always see shit people do, and then it's always exotic, it's ghetto, or it's exotic when they like it. It's backwards, uncivilized, or ghetto when they don't like it. And it's shit and trends, man. Cultures follow trends, societies follow trends, and it's like, how can you appropriate a culture for somebody you fucking hate? So whether it's Orientalism, whether it's white people stealing from black culture, or, you know, other shit. There's a whole K-pop thing going on, you know, basically look like 90s R&B artists and all that shit. So, I mean, but that's more like appreciation than appropriation to me.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I know there was another video where it was in our friend group chat where it was a Boosie song, Wipe Me Down, and a white dude started dancing and he put out a lint roller. I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with people appreciating other cultures, because we shouldn't just be exposed just to our own culture. Like, there's nothing wrong, like, if you're an African American or just a black person and you just love, like, Japanese culture, anime, and some of the stuff they got going on, or Korean culture or Hispanic culture and vice versa. But you to appropriate the culture, you have to have an appreciation for the culture. And a lot of times people who appropriate cultures, they don't necessarily appreciate something. So, like, for example, earlier this year, there was this TikTok video that was going on where it was like, brr, it's cold in here. And a lot of white people was doing that trend. And it was funny because it was lost on a lot of people that the irony of it came from the movie Bring It On, and it was basically a white cheerleading program who was stealing from a black cheerleading program. And a lot of times that's why, especially in the African American community, we get mad about cultural appropriation, because it's not necessarily you appreciating our culture or what we bring to the table. It's you're taking the best parts of ourselves and not even giving us the respect and saying it came from here. It's you actually trying to spin it and making it seem like it's something that y'all came up with or y'all making popular. And I think you hinted it on one episode, C's, about how a lot of times, and I know Rose definitely hints on this a lot because he'll be quick to say it on the pod. Man, there'll be a lot of you white creators out there and influencers who be stealing content from black people, and then y'all blow up big on it, and now you got 5 million followers, and that black person who did the original content is sitting at like 10,000 followers or something, and nobody even knows or understands that it was stolen from them. And to me, those are the two biggest crimes when it comes to cultural appropriation. Is one, man, a lot of you motherfuckers gotta appreciate black culture, and y'all gotta understand what black culture is and give black people their propers. And the second is y'all can't try to steal it and try to rewrite it as your own. Like, make sure you are acknowledging, no, this came from black people. This, started with black people. Black people made this popular, or black people made this cool. And it's kind of just sad in the sense of every so often you'll see black people, we change our lingo, we change our style. And then, typically white people, no offense to white people, they typically shortly will pick up on it, and then they'll start appropriating it. You got any thoughts on Rose?
Man, I think y'all boys said it clearly, man. Like, I really don't understand why they do it. Well, of course we understand why they do it, because black is back. You know what I'm saying? They always say black is the if you look in the dictionary, it's the evil and curse and all this other stuff, but and actually it's the opposite of that. It's positive, you know what I'm saying? Love, you know what I'm saying? Good luck. I love to see a black cat cross my path. I'm like, oh, that's good luck. That's not bad luck. It's good luck. You know what I'm saying? But I think y'all said it. I think y'all said it the most, and y'all did your thing with it. I don't really have too much to say on it.
Yeah, man. My only other thing to address with it is to what you were saying. We was talking about compartmentalization last week, and me and MGH would joke about this all the time. Don't nobody on this motherfucking planet compartmentalize better than white people, because y'all are some of the best compartmentalization people on the planet, because y'all will be in your car by yourself rapping. These are white hoes now rapping. I'm a savage. I'm bad. I'm bougie. Rapping Meg Thee Stallion lyrics.
Oh, they love that shit, man.
If you're a white dude, y'all be quick to be rapping the lyrics to Little Baby, Da Baby, Young Thug. Young Thug got a lot of white motherfucking fans. Rapping the lyrics to a fucking Futures track. We just saw a white boy online who got the wrong tattoo from a Young Thug song, because that's how much a lot of these white motherfuckers love rap and stuff like that. But then on the second turn, y'all will vote for someone like Donald J. Trump. Y'all be MAGA fans. Y'all will be down for saying DEI is bad and this and that. And to me, that's where it really becomes a problem, because you love the positive stuff in our culture, but you don't want to see us rise up, and you don't want to see us be great. And that's the issue that a lot of black people do have with a lot of the white people that are compartmentalizations. Because I'm gonna be honest, I be on TikTok, I be on Instagram. The white people that, if you want to say they culture appropriate, the white people that show respect to black culture, the white people that actually acknowledge black people, and you could tell they have a genuine love for us, most of their biggest fan bases be black people. Like, most of their biggest followers be black people. Like, all the stuff that's going on with Paige Bunkers right now, we ain't hearing none of the shit that we heard with Caitlin Clark last year. You know why? Because when she won her award a couple years ago, The first thing she did before she thanked her mom, her parents, and everything, she said, I looked up to Maya Moore, I looked up to Candace Parker, and this sport is built on Black women's shoulders. So a lot of times, as Black people, when we can feel that love is genuine, we're not going to really criticize a white person for trying to be part of our culture.
Her stepmom is also Black, though.
That plays a part of it too, man. That plays a part of it too.
And her brother is Black, so it's like.
Yeah, the fact that she has Black relatives, she sees the stuff that Black people go through on a day-to-day basis, and that plays a huge part of it.
Yeah. That's why she's not getting the hype that everybody else that Candace. I mean, not Caitlyn was getting, but Caitlyn,
she doesn't come from this white nuclear family.
Yeah, but also Caitlyn, all she did was shoot threes. That's a new thing.
Yeah,
it's a long ball, so that's why she got a lot of luck because she was knocking down them logo threes. So and that's what put her on the map. And I don't have a problem with that, but. Shout out to the UConn, man. Shout out to K Marie, you know what I'm saying? I know she kind of sad. She probably somewhere in the corner right now, balled up. You know what I'm saying? Because Columbia lost, you know what I'm saying? South Carolina lost. But, hey, man, it is what it is.
Any final thoughts on C's?
Yeah, man. Just some quick 3 examples, man. Wu-Tang Clan, bro. Literally called Staten Island Shaolin. You know, niggas grew up watching Kung Fu movies. And I did too. Like I literally grew up watching all them old 70s and 80s Kung Fu movies. So I mean, like that's more like appreciation than like you got groups like.
Don't forget the Migos. They had a video where they did the same thing.
Oh, so like the Migos, like the Mexican joint where they did the video with the card. Oh, you talking about stir fry?
Yeah, stir fry.
So they're stir fry.
They was in a like, Asian restaurant. They was doing Kung Fu and stuff.
I mean, they've even done a video where it was like. That was in sombreros, like on some Mexican cartel stuff, but it was like literally, it's a way you do things without like making fun of where you're imitating in a negative light. So I mean, basically, it's like appropriation, a difference between appropriation and appreciation. Appreciation is paying respects to the culture and actually respecting the people that do it. So it's like, again, I say exoticism and
exotic.
Yeah, so like foreign cars and. You know, like just calling stuff ghetto and just because you don't understand it, just like Mexicans might have a certain culture thing they do, and I don't understand it, but I'm not gonna knock somebody else's other cultures. Just like, you know, I got huge love for a lot of Asian cultures like Filipinos, Vietnamese, stuff like that. And you know, anime, so it's a whole understanding, and it's like you know, yeah, and it's like. You know, we're a lot of Black kids now are big anime fans, so it's like you know when the fuck shit's appreciated.
Yeah, niggas love Chinese food.
Yeah, niggas always gonna get that little 9.95 plate at lunchtime.
Chicken fried rice, stir fried rice.
Am I right? Are you right?
Yeah, man. But overall, man, it's a big difference between appropriation and appreciation, man. And man, if you appreciate Black culture, continue to appreciate Black culture. America would be nothing without Black people. It would be a lot less fun, man. In the words of Roman Reigns, man, acknowledge us. So moving on to TNT, you hinted at K Marie being sad, and we was talking about Paige Burkers. Let's start off, man. Congrats to the UConn women's basketball team on winning, and not just winning, but dominating, you know, the South Carolina women's team. Paige has been, to be honest, one of the best basketball players in women's college basketball for the last 4 years. She had that injury that set her back. I'm looking forward to see what she does at the next level. But UConn and me and C's being, you know, in high school and college and seeing UConn be dominated for over a decade, we've always thought that Gino was one of the best coaches in terms of recruiting and the way he coaches players. He's coached players like Maya Moore, Brianna Stewart, Diana Ross, Sue Bird. Like, they've always had talent on that team. And it's no different now. Paige is on this team. She's graduating. She's going to the WNBA. But you had Stronghold, who had 24 and 15. She's the big girl down for them. You had their freshman who had like 24 points, man. That team is talented. That team was loaded. So South Carolina, y'all hold your heads up high. Because that's like, even though people was not talking about this UConn team, the talent on that team was amazing with Paige. Like, Caitlyn didn't have the talent that this team had. And, you know, it took a great effort for y'all to beat that Iowa team last year. As far as South Carolina, man, one thing that we got to acknowledge, man, they've always had great teams, but outside of the years they had Adrian Wilson and Aaliyah Boston, they have not had the best player in college basketball. Like, that's what makes what Don Staley has done in South Carolina so spectacular. Like, a lot of these other teams that are winning national championships, like you get an Angel Reese at LSU, you get a Paige Burkers at UConn, you get Gino the other years that he's had Maya Moore and Candace Parker at Tennessee. What Dawn has done, she's shown y'all, hey, I don't, like, let's be real. There's nobody on that team currently that's a top 5 prospect in the WNBA. Like, she's just getting a collection of very good players and getting to play together as a team versus I got this one-star player and I'm building this team around them. So, shout out to both teams. Women's college basketball is definitely exciting today, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking forward to the WNBA draft to see where Paige and some of these other prospects go. And I'm looking forward to see if a player like Flaugier comes back. And then to the men's, hey man, shout out to Florida, man. Them Gator boys did it again, man. It's been since 07, 08 since they won. So, hey man, I know Billy Donovan, he's with the Bulls. Them niggas sorry as fuck. He's happy right now to see his Gators back on top. Shout out to Al Horford. That's a Gator alum, man. Played for the Hawks for a lot of years. And I thought the 2 most talented teams in the tournament for the men's was Florida and Duke. And Florida just proved that, man, over time, the talent's just going to be overwhelming. Houston, man, they had a good run. Rose brought up how every year they improve for the most part, man. It is still value in having juniors and seniors. Let me repeat that. It is still value in having juniors and seniors. Because of that experience that Houston had, that's why they was able to come back against Duke and get to this level, man. Hopefully Houston now gets to that next tier where they can get talented players. But, hey, shout out to Florida, man. Like, they had some bad people on that court, man. There's a lot of talent on that court for Florida, man. So they should have won. They've probably, I think, been the best team since the start of the season. The SEC has been the most dominant conference. It's only right that Florida wins, bro. It's only right that Florida wins. When you got Auburn, Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky, and you got Florida all in one conference, and they all battle each other, and even Arkansas with John Calipari, and they all battle each other. The best of that crop was going to come out and be the national champions.
Facts.
Yeah, man, just to piggyback off of the women's, man, it's just like it's the 1 and the 2, man. The 1 and the 2 best coaches right now. Gino literally has the best record of all time. Guess what the 2 is? I always talk about it every time we talk about women's college.
Pat.
Rest in peace to Pat Summitt. That's my favorite coach. Gino's number 2 in my book, but overall in the record is Gino, man. And for that speech he had with Paige, man, it was like she said, she came from another school to come there and play. So, I mean, he put together a good team. And, I mean, like, when you're at the highest of levels and probably going to be – we're literally talking about, like, this is on First Take. They're literally talking about putting them in the same conversations of those Bill Belichick's and, like, those great coaches. And, I mean,
John Wooden.
John Woodens and all these, old school coaches and, like, some of the greats. So, like, literally the way this man's track record, I can't hate on it. And it's like, Don, like, South Carolina, it's the thing we didn't mention. They're young. These are young players. There was literally a freshman balling. She was balling.
The best player on the team this year was the freshman.
She was a freshman. They're young. So it's like, hey, whoever has to face South Carolina next year, because they're gonna be they're gonna make it to the finals. Hey, y'all better watch out. And then just shout out to them, man. Like, solid team. UCLA, that was actually a strange game to me. It went the way I thought it would, but at the same time, it was kind of some things fell through for them. And then back to the men's, man. With Houston, it just shows you experience matters, man. They lose 3 games or 4 games?
They lost 4 games all season. I think Rose pointed out to me 3 of those games they lost in overtime.
So, yeah, 2 of them by 1 point.
So literally just goes to show you how that experience comes into play. In Florida, it's
and playing in close games, man. They played in a lot of close games. Duke had the highest margin of victory out of anybody. When you're not,
wasn't it 12 points?
It was like 13 or 15. When you're not used to playing in close games, when you get in a close game, you panic.
And then it just goes to show you, like, I don't know what the hell happened in the second half where it was like they couldn't score. It was like literally like a 6. What was it?
It's called coaching. That's what happened.
They made adjustments and they played hella defense, dog.
I mean, yeah, both sides though. So it was like that was the comeback. I mean, you can't hate it. This is what March Madness is about. This is literally what it's about. And then what is it, Carter Jr. or I forget his name. Definitely gonna be a prospect. Walter Clayton Jr. Walter Clayton Jr. Definitely gonna be in the NBA roster. But I mean, overall, man, I'm happy. I'm glad Duke didn't win that shit, so I can clap my hands. Of course, Carolina was talking shit, but congratulations to Florida, man. And this is what March Madness is about. You better. I hope you got paid, man.
Shout out to MGH and Rose for having their brackets be the best, and both of our No More Black Tears bracket challenge, man. So shout out to both of y'all. Y'all did a great job picking y'all winners and deciding who's gonna be the upsets and stuff. Staying in college sports though, there's a gymnast by the name of Krystin Johnson who goes to Temple University, who's breaking barriers and who's doing a lot of amazing things. She was at what university was it, C's?
It was an HBCU called Talladega.
They lost their funding, and then she transferred to Temple.
Yeah.
And she's been winning a lot of her matches. She's been performing to like some of Kendrick music and a lot of modern day hip hop songs, changing the game. What's your thoughts on this, C's?
And then officially, like, this is literally on Temple's page, on her profile page for her sports page. From 2023 to 24, she attended it. They were the first HBCU gymnast. She was the first HBCU gymnast in Alabama. She literally is a 4-time All-American vaulting. She has the highest record in like all the different categories. She led her team to the first HBCU in a NCAA. So basically, she's first for a lot of this stuff. Like we always say, you said this shit like 3 weeks ago. First are still being made even in 2025. So I mean, literally, she has a pedigree. The school lost funding. She transferred. She didn't even transfer. She literally just moved to Philly, went to Temple University. Yes, the famous Bill Cosby's Temple University. And she's literally on the team now. One of her routines went viral recently, is why she's big, blowing up right now. But she performed with Kendrick Lamar. This is just highlighting everything like, hey, college sports matters, college funding matters, and Black history is every day. We're still breaking barriers, still doing things. And like I said, with the first topic, we are the tastemakers for this stuff. We are the culture. You can hate us, but you need us.
Yeah, man. Shout out to her for doing what she did, man. She was at HBCU. She transferred to Temple. Shout out to Dr. Bill Cosby, because a lot of y'all forget to put the doctor on that nigga name. You know, he popularized Temple. He's probably their most well-known alum. Yeah, man, I'm happy to see her doing her thing in gymnastics, man. I hope to see her in the Olympics. I hope she gets to that level of her athletic career, because, you know, we had Gabby Douglas, we had Simone Biles, like we've had a lot of great gymnasts the last couple of years. I can't think of the Black girl who placed third in the Olympics for Paris. She did place second, but then they went back and made her place third. I can't remember exactly what her name was.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. So, you know, this is just a sport that Black people have been dominant
Jordan or something.
Yeah, Jordan something. She was on not Jennifer Hudson's show recently.
Yeah.
So shout out to her, man. But, you know, Krystin Johnson, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep supporting your people. Keep creating unique routines, man, and taking gymnastics to that next level, man. Let me keep it real, man. It's a lot of girls who look up to Simone Biles, and it's going to be a lot of girls who look up to Krystin Johnson, and you're going to be the reason why a lot of Black girls in poverty in the hood are going to want to be in gymnastics, man. So shout out to her, man. So, you know, you can blow the roof off when you do your routines in gymnastics sometimes, man. Because some of the stuff Simone Biles did during the Olympics was just amazing. In Paris, the crowd just went so wild. I swear if they would have had a roof, the roof would have just collapsed. But speaking of roof collapses, man, there was a nightclub where the roof collapsed recently, man. And it killed like 17 people, including 2 former MLB players.
You know, way
How,
the fuck off, bro.
how many people was it?
Nigga, before we get to that point, nigga, this is the one time the transitions do not work well. 184 people died. 200 people got injured.
Oh, wow, it was 184?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, so 184 people passed away. And then you had 2 former MLB players pass away, man. Yeah, tears, man. Because you go to a nightclub, you want to know that you're in a safe environment. And there's just so many dangers going out nowadays, from stabbings to shootings to fights, that to even a fire possibly starting, you don't think that the roof is going to collapse of the building.
This was in DR. I forgot the exact city, but it was somewhere in the Dominican Republic. Man, crazy, because I mean, this many, like, to have that many people, you know, unalived at one time, not due to anything unnatural or natural. So, like, it wasn't like it was an earthquake, it wasn't like there was a tornado, it wasn't like there was a hurricane. You know, it's literally the building collapsed. They were going to a merengue concert, you know, basically, you know, Spanish music, Dominican music concert. It was a big famous club. Several people died, man, and then like one was Nelson Cruz and his matter of fact, his sister. Nelson Cruz, he played in the MLB back in the day. Not sure what teams, I didn't get that information, but Nelsy Cruz. Literally, you see how they're related. Nelson and Nelsy. So his sister was literally a governor of one of the states out there. So unfortunate for that.
He played for the Brewers in 2005, then the Rangers, then the Orioles, the Mariners, the Twins, the Rays, the Nationals, and his last year was as recent as 2023 with the Padres. He was a 7-time All-Star, and he even won ALCS MVP, man, in 2011, and a full-time Silver Slugger Award winner, man. So, definitely. Yeah, this was not no mediocre player.
And then the other one was Octavio Dotel, and he literally played for like 7 teams in like 13-year career, and like, I mean, he literally won with the Cardinals.
Yeah, man, he started in '99 with the Mets, then the Astros, Athletics, Yankees, Royals, Braves. Shout out to the home team, the White Sox, the Pirates, the Dodgers, the Rockies, the Blue Jays, the Cardinals, the Tigers, and he was a World Series champion in 2011. He's not as decorated as Cruz, but like you said, 17 seasons in the MLBs is nothing to sneeze at, man. And he had a lot of stops.
Shout out to the Passport Bros. Y'all need to leave them hoes alone. That's why it collapsed.
Damn. Then the last one was Tony Blanco. He played 1 year in the MLB, and he also played in Japan. And hey, no, not to anybody. If you made it to the league, that is a feat in itself. And he also played in Japan. So I mean, like, rest in peace to all these people, man. It just lets you main message take away from this is, hey, life is short. Appreciate shit, because you never know when something's gonna happen. And then, hey, man, be safe, be careful, man.
So staying in professional sports, Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So he got a woman pregnant. They've been having a child support battle for the last couple of months. It got moved from LA to Georgia, where he's from. And there was rumors of him trying to basically pay it all at once because the DNA test proved it was his. It was going to be like $1 million and $80,000. It was going to be $1,080,000. None of that's confirmed. They're trying to dispute if he's able to pay it all at once. So let's just talk in the theory of if he can, like if they do say he can pay it all at once. Man, no tears. It's gonna be a fucking game changer though. It's gonna be a fucking game changer, bro. Like, if they allow him to do this shit, it's gonna make some of these hoes probably have to reconsider like their whole thought process. Because to get a lump sum of money like that all at once and not knowing that you're gonna get a check every month, for 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 or whatever, especially for someone like Ant-Man. And that's the reason why it's going to be very interesting to see what they do in this case. Because we're not talking about somebody who's retired. We're not talking about Shaq. We're talking about somebody who's not even at the peak of his unempowers yet. Because he's probably got at least another 10, 12 years of, he's only what, 23?
Yeah.
So he's got easily another 12, 15 years of his NBA career. He's going to sign bigger deals with, who's he with, Adidas?
Adidas.
Yeah, he's going to sign bigger shoe deals. He's going to sign bigger endorsements. As this NBA, and we've seen in the last 5-7 years, fellas, what has happened with the NBA contracts. They just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're talking about the contract he's on now, I think might be a max contract, but he's not even on a super max contract yet. So, yeah, so when he gets that super max deal, if he can avoid having to pay her when he signs his next contract, it's a fucking game changer, bro. It's a fucking game changer for a lot of these athletes. It reminds me of that one athlete, I think it was a soccer player, Siege, you might know who I'm talking about, who was able to basically not pay that bitch shit because everything was his mom name.
Oh, that was a messy. That was actually Messi's one of his former teammates. Yeah, dude.
What's his name?
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I
know he was Hispanic, but basically he got everything.
The pretty boy.
Yeah, he got everything in his mom's name. Matter of fact, I want to say it was 2 or 3 of them because one was Messi's former teammate, Real Madrid, and the other one was Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, that's his name.
Ronaldo did that shit, so it was more than one soccer player that did that shit.
The NBA niggas and NFL niggas better start paying attention to these soccer niggas, but no tears for that bitch. Stop trying to get pregnant by these niggas when they tell you I don't want the baby. When he said I'm gonna give you $50K to avoid it, take the $50K.
Yeah, take the $50K, but now the baby is here and you gonna pay $1 million, sir, and you don't never want to see your kid. Like you a hoe. No, he can, but he doesn't want to.
He's gonna see it.
He doesn't want to though.
It's a boy, girl.
And he doesn't want to. That's what he said. That's why he wants to pay it all right now. He doesn't even want nothing to do with it.
He don't want to be reminded that he got a kid by another bitch.
Yeah.
That
nigga is hoe for that.
Go ahead.
That's whole confrontation. That's whole behavior and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, you gonna pay for him, but you ain't gonna have nothing to do with him. Like, man, come on, man.
Hey, man.
Here we go.
Here
we go.
Did you get your thoughts yet, C's?
Nah. Yo, but real quick. It could work out to where if it was an option, a lot of people would take that shit. Because it's like literally, we had the conversation where people
you
were like,
take it, you still a hoe though.
Yeah, but I'm saying if it was like, you literally tell the chick like, hey, I don't want you to have it. I don't want nothing to do with this child. Are you really going to knock a nigga for saying like, yo, I'm telling you, I ain't going to be shit while you still having the baby? But the nigga should have thought about this shit before he was nothing bitches. But
it's okay, but once the kid is here, like the kid's here now.
Yeah.
So it's like you can pay for it, but like
and then that's
you don't want nothing to do with it.
That's
like,
the thing. Like another question.
If you tell the bitch, hey, I don't want nothing to do with him beforehand. Like I didn't want green eggs ham on the boat. I didn't want niggas.
You don't want it.
I didn't want to float. Why is it gonna change?
It's not gonna change. But that's what you shouldn't have shot it up. But she should have did it what she had to do. But now you a hoe now.
Oh yeah, I feel you, bro.
I'm gonna look at it like this.
Juice man.
In my situation, with my first divorce, with my first wife, I had my child, and the one weekend out of 8 months, she goes to child support and puts me on child support. Boom. What I do? I did the same thing that the comedian do. Oh, I get the bread now. Let me go ahead and pay up, so I ain't got to worry about it later. So I paid a year in advance. I literally paid child support for a year up straight. Like, here's a check for a year. Boom. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I owe. Okay, bet. Went get the cash, came back. Hey, pay for the whole year. You got to realize, I filed for divorce right after I paid for a year of child support. Guess what the judge did? He told my ex-wife, hey, you need to pay back all that nigga he paid you on child support, and he doubled my child support payments. I was supposed to get double back. You see what I'm saying?
Well, Rosé's not talking about the money. Rosé's talking about
and
the fact
like I said,
he don't want to see the kid. So it's not about him paying it.
I don't believe that. I
can only believe what a nigga tell me.
That's what he said.
Is it a boy or girl?
It don't matter. That's what he said before the child was even born.
Yeah, shit. I done said that before a child was born. Like, what the fuck? Like,
what the hell even didn't do with anything though, just man.
I'm saying like the child's here now. He's not the type. I look at this dude play ball. He's not the type of dude that don't want no relationship with his.
You don't know that nigga. He said it out his own mouth.
That's before the child was born.
That nigga said it.
Yeah,
multiple times. You take a nigga on their word. When you see a duck,
and it's
you go duck.
My question is,
no, it don't work like that.
It does work like that.
Real quick, my question is like, should this be an option? Is it like, are we gonna see more people do this shit? Where it's
if
like,
you got the money, do it because I did it. It's like it is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? You literally get the crap out and just say, yo, here's how much it is. Boom, boom,
off top.
Hey, child support, 18 years in advance.
And then that gives him rights to see his child. Like he's gonna have a
child support don't give you rights to see your child.
Huh?
Exactly what I just said. Child support don't give you rights to see your child.
Child support don't give you rights to see your child.
I just said it.
Then you don't have to pay child support.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm saying when I went through the system, that's how they came at me with this shit.
You was married to her, so you was a legal father. Child support don't give you rights.
No. In the state of Georgia, just because you're married to it does not mean you have rights to your child.
You talk to the wrong person.
And I'm telling you, in the state of Georgia, exactly. So
you talk to the wrong person because you're wrong.
Bruh,
look it up.
No. I'm telling you, in the state of Georgia, even if you married, you do not have rights to that child.
You're wrong.
No.
You're wrong.
No.
You're wrong.
Like I said,
you're married, you're a legal child.
I paid a whole year up front.
You're wrong.
And I had a file for rights for my own child.
I'm going to tell you you're wrong now. I'm going to tell you you're wrong later after you look it up. And after you look it up again, I'm telling you you're wrong.
Right now, bro, because I'm telling you what I went through.
I'm telling you that you're wrong.
That don't mean nothing.
But you're wrong.
I'm wrong when I went through it.
If you're married to the child's mother, you're the legal father.
No, that doesn't mean shit in Georgia, bro.
Bruh, you don't know what you're talking about.
It doesn't mean shit, bro.
That's why some people don't need a mic. Because you don't know what you're talking about.
Shit, bro. I'm telling you, it doesn't mean shit. In the state of Georgia, it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, but
so talking about shit that doesn't mean shit. So there was this woman who went online and started critiquing her boyfriend, saying he doesn't want to work a minimum wage job. He'd rather not do shit. And she was like, it's better than to have some income than no income. C's.
Shit. Come back to me. My bad.
Juice man.
What's the question again?
So basically, this woman was online saying her boyfriend doesn't want to work a minimum wage job. He thinks it's above him.
It's above him?
But he doesn't have a job at all right now.
It's beneath him then?
Yeah, it's beneath him. My bad. It's beneath him. And she's frustrated.
Does he have a degree?
He doesn't have a job at all.
He doesn't have a job at all.
He doesn't work.
Problem.
Well, that's the new thing. These YNs, they don't work. They're like girls now.
Okay. I'll say this. From the understand point of jobs not paying shit, if you feel like they don't pay enough, I understand that. But at the same time, you can't fucking argue when you don't have a fucking job to start with. So it's like, you got to start somewhere. And it's like, he just seems like one of these young cats that's like 19 years old, 20. And it's like, oh man, he was like, all his excuses were bullshit. He couldn't say like, oh, they're not paying me enough, or hey, I ain't gonna be able to do this. It's not flexible enough. He literally said, oh, it's gonna be busy and it's doing this. I literally was when I was at 2020 or 2021. Literally, I was taking a course with some people from like Cali and somebody was from New Jersey. Basically, it was a hazmat course. It was 3 a.m. We just got back from the lounge. So everybody was like, yo, I ain't had Waffle House in so long. Pulled up. It's one motherfucker doing everything. Washing dishes, cooking the fucking food, and still had time to have his girl pull up and pass him something special, a special package. So he did all this, literally doing all this, and didn't refuse. Like he said, somebody said, hey, I'm gonna take care of you. If you got us, we don't want to feel like driving to another Waffle House. I literally seen young dude do all this shit, and he complaining about being busy at this one spot. So it's like, I get it. Jobs don't pay shit now. It's a lot of low fucking wages. You working your ass off. You working in a warehouse. You making $13 an hour. They're using you like a fucking machine. I get it. I understand it. You got to start somewhere. So it's like, if you don't have a job, if you're not in a position to be picky, you can't fucking be picky. And you, sir, seem like you got kids and you got a woman that's working and she got you the fucking interview. You didn't even fucking do the interview and said, oh no, I'm not gonna take it. So tears for the fucking woman and for his fucking kids, because this dude's being lazy because he doesn't want to start somewhere. Because it's like, you ain't take the job for now, pay your bills, and then move on to something else. That's where the fucking plan is at. So it's like, you got to start somewhere unless you have experience or some other shit to back it up. So it's like, anybody who's in the position was like, yo, I don't need this fucking job. Cool. We can't fucking argue. Nobody can tell you, oh, you need to be doing this. Oh, you need to be doing that. Nah. But if you need the shit, hey.
Man, with Buddy, it sounds like he was raised in a house with a woman. His mama must have raised him. Because, bruh, the best saying I ever heard is by the young Wayne. He was like, he asked his father, what you want to be when you grow up? And his father told him, I want to be a man. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a man. What's a man? A man is somebody that stands on business and take care of his shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of grown people out here with mustaches that don't make them a man. You know what I'm saying? That's the best elaboration I can say on this one because, bruh, when you with a woman, okay, it's okay if she makes more money than you, but you still need to be trying. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not even trying. He's just sitting on his tail doing nothing. Like, it's like, that's a no-go. You got to have some type of hustle. You got to have some type of drive in you. You know what I'm saying? That what makes you a man. A man has drive. A man goes out and do what he needs to do to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? That's a man. The new dudes now, these new YNs, they're not trying to be men. They've been raised by their mothers. All they know is women mentality. So they think like a woman. So they do women things. They think they're supposed to be taken care of. They think the world's gonna come to them on an oyster. You know what I'm saying? They can just, there's a money tree. You know what I'm saying? No such thing. You got to work to get what you want. So if he don't want to work to keep his wife or to keep his girl, he don't need the girl. That's simple.
Hey, quick question, man. As someone who don't eat oysters, hey, what the fuck does it mean the world gonna come to you on an oyster? What the fuck does that mean?
The world is your oyster. You know how there's a pearl? There's pearls made of oysters, so it's like, hey, you never know. You take a chance, you crack this shit open.
Yeah, the world is like what they say.
Or you could get some chocolate. Or you could get a piece of slimy shit that you got to shove down your throat.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, that's a great analogy. Hell yeah.
You either get the pearl or you get the slimy shit.
Does anybody this time eat oysters and like them?
I recently had oysters Rockefeller. I see what the hype is about, but I ain't eating no raw oyster. I'll say that. But cooked on the shell, Rockefeller's
raw oysters, nigga.
Hell no. They do say that shit is an aphrodisiac. So if you into some freaky shit,
all seafood is. Get us some shrimp, goddamn. Get us some shrimp. Get us some lobster. Some crab
don't hype these bitches up. We gonna be a Ruth Chris. Let me get the top. Let me get the tiger prawns, the big ass shrimp. Let me get them.
The F1s. Yeah, no doubt.
For those listening, the reason why I changed the conversation because the narrative is so stupid, dog. That's why.
The world is your oyster.
If you don't have a job and you don't want to work a minimum wage job, everybody at this table has worked a minimum wage job at some point in their life. Every single nigga at this table, every single nigga whose voice you've heard on a mic tonight has worked a minimum wage job.
But we still get paid more than minimum wage.
Because guess what?
5% above minimum wage is above minimum wage.
I don't care if minimum wage is $4.95. Back like how it was in the 90s. Guess what that is? That's more than not having a job. So unless you selling dope on the side and you a street nigga and you a scammer, you a hustler, then yeah, I can see how a minimum wage job is beneath you because you making a lot of money on the streets. But hey man, that's a whole different topic for a whole different day. But if you trying to make clean money and you trying to have a job, man, take that minimum wage job and guess what? The best time to look for a job is when you got a job. So eventually, while you're working that minimum wage job, you'll get another job that pays more. But yo, bro, you just not having a job at all, dog, and saying it's beneath me to work this minimum wage job, nigga, you might be the hoe of the week. In fact, nigga, you not even the hoe of the week. You're a generation of young niggas who think because like Juice Man said, it's a generation of young niggas who that's their mentality of I don't want to work. I feel like I should be making $300,000 a year at 19. Y'all some hoes, bro. Rose?
Facts.
So, Moving on to another YN into like a Selma situation, man. So Karmelo Anthony, not the NBA player, but a young African American teen, the age of 17, was charged and is in jail right now on bond for the murder of Austin Metcalf, a white teenager. They both went to a Texas high school. The reports still some are murky, but at this moment, a lot of the stuff is kind of coming to clear. They both went to like different high schools. They was at a track meet. There was a confrontation during the track meet where Karmelo Anthony was underneath the athlete's tent, and apparently Austin Metcalf. We can't find reports confirming he was on the track team, but there are many reports saying he was on the football team. So him being an athlete, maybe he had a friend who's on the track team, but he went to the tent and he basically said, "You don't belong here. You need to leave." He had his brother with him. Anthony said, "Hey, y'all touch me. I got something for you." He grabbed his bag. It was confirmed that Metcalf did grab him and push him. At that point, sometime during that point, there was a scuffle. During that scuffle, Anthony stabbed him in the chest with a knife, ran off. Was caught by the police, admitted to stabbing him, said it was self-defense, said he attacked me first, even reiterated to one of the cops and asked, could that be considered self-defense? This has been a national news story. There's a lot of different points of views going on with the situation. C's, what's your thoughts?
Yo, let's take color out of it for first off.
Before you get started, C, let me go on and spit something like that nigga guilty. Go ahead and see. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
that nigga guilty.
And that's
all I got to say.
Okay, are you saying he's guilty that he did it, or guilty that it's self-defense?
It's not self-defense if you don't have the same weapon as the other person.
But hey, let's take race out.
I'm confused by that. So if I got a gun and Juiceman start beating my ass,
you can't shoot.
And if I fear for my life, that's not justifiable.
You can't do that.
We've seen situations like that.
You can't do that.
Stand your ground.
Not in the state of Georgia, you can't do that.
Stand your ground.
So
that's going that's been going on.
We're talking about Texas
6 or
though.
7
We're
years.
talking about Texas though.
They still got stand your ground in
Texas.
Yeah, in Florida. They got rid of that shit in Georgia.
So
you can't stand your ground in Georgia no more.
But I mean, even then, self-defense is
like this happened in Texas.
Self-defense is one of the murky areas where it's like, if I pick up a brick and you telling me other person's supposed to have a fucking brick and not we just supposed to bash each other over the fucking head.
What if I think you got a weapon?
No, that's not good.
Because that's the excuse police officers use.
Yeah, that's police, but that's not good.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
But basically, I'm saying take the race out of it. People are gonna look at it like, oh, this guy's a thug. They're gonna try to paint him as a thug or whatever. Let's just say I've seen the picture of the two brothers. They're not small dudes. They literally look like, they're intimidating. They're doing some.
Well, one did play on the football team.
So if he took the knife from the white boy, that's different.
No, it was his wife.
And it was him. So it's like
that's not
it just seems like the buildup from the outside looking at it. It seems like there's a buildup. That was fucking with him. They potentially were probably fucking with him. This is not his first offense. Nobody's just gonna grab a knife, have a knife in their backpack. Obviously, he felt threatened.
Well, I was in the tent at another school, not your tent, but somebody else's school tent.
I mean, I've been to a track meet before, and there's a lot of shit going on. People walking through. So I mean,
yeah, that's kind of murky right there, man. I don't know. It depends on the area because I can use the CSRA. A lot of these schools are so close in terms of the way they're distributed in the CSRA. I had friends at like 4 different high schools, and I'm talking about based off of just the neighborhood I lived in. There was like I had friends who went to the rival high school that literally lived within the same neighborhood as me just because of the way it broke it down. So depending on the actual city, yeah, it's possible that you might be under the tent because you got a homeboy, or you got friends, or you got relatives. Like I got a relative who went to Laney. I went to Hepsburg. So like when we did the football games, he played on the football team. I played on the football team. Me and my brother would always talk to him after the games.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just one of them things, man. A lot of things can happen. I just think, I think they was fucking with him at some point, and it's like we got to see the whole story. And it's not like no initial shit like, oh, he ran up on him and stabbed him. It's like, nah, they was fucking with him, and they, what happened. So also one of the questions I have is like, I don't know the specifics on like how judges can pick bonds. Like you can set bond at $4,000 up to $1 million. Usually $1 million is like, who the fuck is gonna put their house up? You know, your house can't even.
That's $100.
Each crime has its own bond range, but within that bond range, there's a mitigated circumstances. Like, do you think they're a flight risk? Do you think they're a threat to the community? And the danger of the crime. So, like, of course, violent crimes like rape, sexual assault, and murder are going to be higher.
What if his thing was why raise it to $1 million and just simply say like, nah, I feel like he's flight risk, no bond. Like he's like, what's the restrictions to saying
judges can do that?
Because it's so because in today's society, it is so hard to basically say no bond. Like there has to be so much stuff going on with a case for a judge to just be like no bond.
Yeah, and just so we're getting this clear, it's literally named Karmelo Anthony with a K. Like literally, so if you look up the story, you'd be like, oh, Karmelo Anthony murder charge. We're talking about
the first one.
Not the one, but the two. But
I don't know, man. Karmelo murdered a lot of niggas in the NBA.
But yeah, man. That's my thoughts on it. It's a murky situation. We'll see how it goes. And I just think there's some deeper investigation that needs to be done on past the surface level.
Yeah, man. I got tears, man, for the whole situation, man. 2 lives have been destroyed, man, in terms of just these like teenagers. We're not even gonna go into the families and friends. You had a young man, Austin Metcalf, whose life was taken away from him. We can say he was a bully. We can say he was wrong. I'm still not going to say it's okay that a 17-year-old teenager lost his life, even if him and his brother was bullying and had intentions to harm. And when I say harm, I just mean beat up Karmelo. That's tragic because he played on a football team. I read his obituary. He had intentions of going to play college ball. You know, he had a 4.0 GPA in high school, so he potentially had a bright future. Also, he's white, so the system was going to make sure he was successful anyway with everything I just said. But then on the flip side, you got Karmelo, who really hasn't had a history of being in trouble and who could have been a productive, person in society. Now, I will say this. Because of the laws in Texas, the D has already came out. Texas do not allow, because he's 17, if you are 17 or younger, you can't get a death penalty, so that's already off the table, and you can't get life without parole. So even if he gets charged with this murder and convicted of it, he will eventually come back in society. But still, for him to have potentially 25 years of his life spent in someone's penitentiary, which we already know how the prison system is, like even when he comes back out at 42 or 43 or 45, he got the potential to be a productive citizen, but that's a young life that's been wasted and taken away. It's a tragic situation. All I can say is this, man. It's important to teach your kids to not put their hands on people, to not bother people, man, because you put yourselves in a situation. I was always told when I was younger, don't be afraid. Like, you can be afraid of someone that's angry, but the person that's scared, they're more frightening because you never know what a scared person would do when you back them in the corner, man. And a lot of these people who be scared and they be, backed up in these corners, you just don't know what kind of harm they're going to do if they feel like the only answer is to do this to create self-preservation, man. Like, if you look at gun statistics and read a lot of reports, a lot of times with a lot of robberies and a lot of stuff that go on, when the gun go off, it doesn't even go off intentionally. It goes off because the person doing the crime got scared. Like, that just shows you, man. There was a statistic in like most of the wars that we fought, especially like the Second World War, only 35% of the people who fired their weapons actually wanted to fire their weapons. So, like, there was like a crazy percentage where, like, I want to say over 50% of people didn't even fire their fucking weapons in a war. It's not in most people's nature to want to take someone's life. Rose?
Yeah, man. I said what I had to say. Like, man, he guilty, man. You can't go in your bag and stab nobody. And also on school property, it's not like they was on somewhere else. They was on school property. You can't have weapons. So he wrong. That's all I gotta say. He wrong.
You think he deserved 25 years in prison?
Yeah, he does.
That's tough, man. I don't know what's wrong with these young niggas, man. I don't know what's wrong with these hoes, dog. What's wrong with these hoes, y'all?
You tell me. What we talking about today?
So this is a topic that you sent, Rose, man. I may get some of the details wrong, so feel free to correct me, man. So there was a 40-year-old man who basically got a 17-year-old girl pregnant. Now, apparently, consent was legal. It was legal for him to have sex with this 17-year-old woman because I think that he stated the age of consent in his state was either 15 or 16, so he was well within his legal rights to have sex with this young woman. The lady came out and said that, he did not groom her. I think she said that she's in love with him and want to be with him. They got a consensual relationship going on. There might have been more details, like maybe in terms of like the length that he known the woman. I don't know. Do you know Rose? Like, did he know the woman like for a couple of years before she turned 17, or has that not came out?
I don't know if that came out, but they're not together no more.
Oh, they're not together no more?
Yeah, like
okay. I know her last statement was very glowing of him.
Yeah, but yeah, so she apologized to his wife. It was like, yeah.
Oh, he's married?
He was married, or his baby mama or something. So she apologized to her, like, yeah, I got played. He does this all the time. Yeah, like, so pretty much he's a piece of trash. But he didn't do anything illegal, but he's a piece of trash because he left the 17-year-old. She pregnant and he left and went to Texas.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with these hoes, man. And in this situation, there's a lot of hoes, man. I mean, of course, the 17-year-old, why you open your legs for a grown ass man? That's some hoe shit. But also, man, it's a grown ass man, and I'm clear. I don't see nothing wrong with someone having sex with someone or being in a relationship with someone that is legal. So if your state says 15 is legal and you 45, cool, bro. That ain't none of my goddamn business at that point in time. But I will say this. That shit is kind of weird. That shit is a little bit of gross because, you're a 45-year-old man and you are fucking with a 15, 16, 17-year-old bitch. For you to have that kind of age gap with someone and think it's uncomfortable and feel comfortable with it, it's kind of weird, man. Because I get uncomfortable talking to someone that's 10 years younger than me, man. And I'm only 33 for the people listening. That means I get uncomfortable if a bitch is 23 or younger. And that's not even terrible. Like, there's a lot of people that's married to someone that's in a 10-year gap, But that makes me uncomfortable just because of the maturity level, the mindset, the mentality of even talking to someone that's 23, man. Like when I talk to people that's in their 20s, like the conversations is way different than when I talk to people my age or older. Now, I do know people say, hey, this person was mature for their age. And my question is that person mature for their age or are you just immature for your age?
Use a dummy.
Because we always say, well, they was mature for their age, but we never flip it and say, well, you're just immature for your age. Because at 45 years old, at 40 years old, what do you have in common with a 17-year-old?
Nothing.
Except for maybe your both favorite color might be red. Like, that's it. But the type of music, let's just do it today's standards, Rose. You sent a video saying who had the best verse on Top Back Remix.
Yeah.
You gave your order, I gave my order.
Yeah.
I thought
it was different.
It was different, but I thought both orders was fine though. Like I looked at your order, I said, oh, I can see where he's coming from. And I'm pretty sure you looked at my order and you understood where I was coming from. You can't send that shit to nobody who's 17. Like, you can't send that shit to your kids, and your kids are in their 20s. Like, you got two that's 19, and they probably would be like, okay, cool. I don't really, I haven't heard the song before, so I got to listen to it to figure out. And then two, music is one of those things, just like movies, you have to understand that time period. So when Young Joe, and the reason why I put Young Joe second, and you had Young Joe second too, when he said, I shot 4 brothers and I ain't at the movies, I had just saw the movie 4 Brothers that year.
Yeah.
So, like, for your kids, they didn't see 4 Brothers when it came out. Mm. So for them, that one little verse may not mean the same. But for me, like, me understanding the time period, like, that's the thing with music is and movies. There's references that you don't get. Like when your kids watch a movie from the 90s and they see niggas with pages and stuff like that. Like they're like, what the fuck is that? Like they don't fully understand that shit. But you and Juice Man, y'all grew up in a time period when niggas had pages. Where Juice Man might be on the other side of town and you might have told him, hey man, at 5 p.m., when I text you, when I message this to you, come pick me up. He looked at his pager, he knows it's time for him to go get this nigga, man. So that's one of the reasons why I feel like it's always murky when you get these wide age gaps and you try to mesh them together because it's almost like, well, what do you have in common? And if y'all do have a kid, by the time that kid is 20, this nigga's gonna be 60, the mom is gonna be 37, like, you know, and the kid is 20 years old with a 37-year-old mama and a 60-something-year-old daddy. Like, yeah, man, I think this is kind of weird. I hope he did not know this bitch before she was 17. I hope this was a situation where he met the bitch out and about and they just started a relationship. But even with that being said, Rose, like you as a 40-year-old man, how do you just run into a 17-year-old bitch?
At the high school.
like, because not like what either you somewhere you ain't got no business being, Rose, or she's somewhere she ain't got no business being. Because there's not too many places where you at 40 years old should be in the same proximity as someone that's 17. So one of y'all is most likely in a place that the other one is not supposed to be at. Because if you in the club and she in the club, most of the clubs I know, you got to be 18 to 21 to even get in that motherfucker.
And that's why I'm about to come at. Let's say he a sugar daddy, trick daddy at the strip club, and she a baddie at 18 and she dancing. Because you know, like the boys, they can't come into it, they 21, right? But the girls, they can start dancing at 18. So that right there shows you that's a 5-year difference right there off top. And that shit's just crazy, man. And I have seen instances where the young girls, they trying to get over. They got the fake IDs. They down. The whole family lying to everybody about the age of the girl because they, like we were talking about, like the YNs earlier. They need somebody to take care of this chick. You know what I'm saying? They need somebody to come through and take care of this chick. So this chick gonna have everything and everybody lying for her. So you can take care of it. And then one day, boom, you find out, oh yeah. It was all a lie. You see what I'm saying? That's when you're like, oh, what the? That's the shit. That's that motherfucking shit, boy. You see what I'm saying? So that shit get crazy, man. It get crazy out there. But yeah, 45 with a 17 or 18-year-old, that shit crazy. Because like I say, I really don't have nothing in common. I done been places around the world that I have talked to girls 23, 26, and they're not mature for the age, but they know the game. They know the game. They be quick to tell you, oh nigga, you young. Like yeah, I'm 23 and you 50, but nigga, I fuck niggas that are 65 and 70. Like, you know what I'm saying? You young nigga. You a young nigga to me. I done been to places like that. You know what I'm saying? I done met chicks like that. They up on game. So it's you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Like these girls know, like
what it is.
How are you being groomed? I don't get it. If you were 18, 19, you're grown, an adult. How is it being groomed? How are you being groomed? If you're a grown adult, I can see somebody can make the argument, hey, you knew her when she was 16, you was lining her up. And that's some gray areas, but I can understand it. But like once the legal age of consent, and you've been knowing somebody for years and years, it literally comes to the point to where you're simply like, hey, I know what I'm doing. I'm probably not gonna be with this nigga forever, but for right now, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do and do what I gotta do to get my bills paid. And you know, it's mutual. It's like, hey, young nigga.
I got a homegirl right now. She'll tell you straight up. She works now, but from her early teens to I want to say about until she almost got in her 30s, niggas always took care of her. Like she never had to work. Like her house was paid for by another nigga, her car was paid for by another nigga, her light bill was paid by another nigga. Like she had niggas paying different shit.
And they was all older cats.
Yeah,
like 35,
yeah.
40s.
Yeah. But at the same time, she didn't have nobody. So,
And I think
that makes it okay.
And I think that's part of the conversation that a lot of men.
No, we talk about up on game.
That a lot of men get frustrated
I'm
with.
okay. Open
Because-
game. Does that make it okay?
Because if you're 17 and you wanted to talk to this 17-year-old woman, of course you can't pay her bills. Of course you can't do the same things
She's not gonna pay no
that
attention.
a 40-year-old man can do. So like there does come a point where when do you stop becoming a victim and you become an accomplice? Like at some point in time, a lot of these women would be 30 and say, well, I was a victim at 17. Where there was boys your age that wanted to talk to you, and you chose to talk to this 25-year-old or this 30-year-old man because guess what?
They get burned.
He worked at Tech Strong. He worked at
McDonald's.
Kimberly Clark.
The big play.
So because he's at an age where he can have a real job.
FedEx, UPS.
He had his own place. He had a car. He was able to do things for you that boys your age couldn't do. And to you, that was more fascinated. That interests you more than finding someone your age that you could connect it with. The fact that you could tell your homegirls, yo, look what my nigga just got me. Look at the kind of car my nigga in. The fact that you could post snaps and TikToks of you in the passenger seat. Like at some point in time, just being real. Like when do these girls stop becoming victims and then accomplice to what's going on?
Never. They have to change for themselves.
No, they're not a victim. Once you reach that age, you're not a victim. But
you gotta realize women stop growing at like 26.
once if you're 17, you're not a victim. But is it okay though? So no, it's not okay. It's still sick. Like
At 17.
Well, how do we define okay? Are we talking morally? Are we talking legality?
Morally.
Morally, I'm with you, Rose. I'm not for.
But it's not against the law though.
Yeah. My thing for me morally is like, okay, 18, you're officially in all states in the United States, you are a grown adult. You can make decisions.
So someone being 18, it's okay for them next one is 45?
Yes, but I will say this. When they're 3 years in and they've been with men,
So
bills paid
So
from
my question is,
from 17 to 21 or 23.
You were 17 a week ago. And now that you're 18, I pounce on you. How had your mind changed in a week?
What your parents said. It's always gonna come back to where your daddy at. Where's your real, not your daddy, where's your real father at? Or the real male figure in your life. That's really what the question is.
She probably didn't have one.
Because it's like
she probably didn't have one.
It's morally to the point where it's like, do you have a daddy? Do you have a real father? Do you have a father figure? Do you have an uncle, brother, granddad?
Statistically, most women who grow up with their fathers, they don't date extremely older men.
Right, correct.
You know, so that does play a factor into what you're saying, Juice Man. But yeah, this is a situation that this is not unique.
At all.
This is a common situation, not just in America, all over the world. All over the world.
Yeah.
Like
it gets worse over the world.
Like in some countries,
12,
the legal
11,
age is
10.
Yeah. The legal age is as low as those numbers, man.
They got them on the side of the road. Come by my daughter and son.
Yeah.
The boy dressed up like a girl is like, hey, come by this nigga. Like what
you still do get arranged marriages in today's society, and a lot of people can't believe that, man. So this is something that definitely we as a society have to be wary of. We as society have to be on the moral compass of what's right and what's wrong, and we have to make decisions for ourselves. What are we comfortable with in terms of young men and women dating? Like back to the Anthony Edwards situation. This is a 22, 23-year-old man. Yes, he did get a 37, 38-year woman pregnant, but at what point in time, I'm just saying, like, if the genders were reversed, would we look at it differently? Like if it's a 38-year-old man getting a 23-year-old pregnant, would we look at it differently? Like at some point in time, can you make the argument this 38-year-old woman,
girl, if this was Halle Berry dating a 23-year-old, we were like, get it, girl.
Exactly.
Get it.
Like at some point in time, you gotta look at this 38-year-old woman and be like, was she being predatory to this 23-year-old millionaire? And to your point to Halle Berry, I can name you a celebrity who does this. Keisha Cole, one of my favorite celebrities when I was in high school. I love her to this day. I know C said she doesn't look as bad as she used to back in the day, but Keisha Cole got a history of dating younger men. You know, so like we do have to kind of look at both sides of it. Of like, if we're going to say that men are gross for doing it, like what do we say about those women who date men that are 15, 20 years younger than them, and not just the women who date them, the women who try to get pregnant by those men. Moving on to the last topic on the line, you know, we're talking about dating and meeting people, and one of the best ways to kind of connect with people is online. And there was a situation that Rose sent where Facebook had started, for those who be on Facebook. I know Rose don't be on Facebook like that, but Facebook a couple months ago started this Facebook dating thing. You know, C's, you and Juiceman might have got the little notification when Facebook first started doing it. They basically gave you a notification on the app saying you can join the little group or whatever and put your name in the hat, and it'll try to connect you with other single people with
single Facebook. Yeah.
Facebook
single or something like that.
Yeah. People who are single and have the same interests you have in your area, and possibly send you on dates and stuff like that.
Yeah. Kind of like Tinder.
This man who's 30 years old, I want to say he went on a date with a woman who's 21. Am I correct, C's? She was 21. And during the date went wrong. She started crying. Apparently she got drunk. Apparently she said she wasn't used to drinking like that. The man was video recording everything because he said he wanted to make sure he was safe. And nothing was done. And she was saying that you're okay, nothing's going to happen to you. She was saying that I'm just so used to being taken advantage of. And he said, I need you to see for the camera. I ain't do shit to you, bitch. I mean, I felt the nigga, man. I felt the nigga, bro. Because in 2025, you can have a consensual interaction with someone and then get home and the next day they post online and post something completely different than what the fuck transpired. So, yeah, you kind of do need to record some of these interactions you have with people. But it did bring up the notion of online dating, not just on Facebook, on all these apps, from Tinder to Match to Black.com, all these, like, just online dating in general.
BLK, don't look up Blacks, BLK.com.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on online dating, C's, and have you dabbled in online dating?
All right, so from before I get into
by the way, we did a topic, I want to say almost a year ago when we did statistics. Back in the day, 40, 50 years ago, the number one way people met people was at work or / school. Now online is the way most people meet people nowadays in terms of their spouse.
Yeah, before I start breaking down to like the stuff that happened in the video, was like I'll use online dating. It just hasn't worked too well in my experiences, because it's just like I really was I was out of the country when like Tinder and all this other shit was popping off, really, and it was like niggas used to just go on that shit, be at work chilling, like we on break or something at work, and niggas was just swiping hoes, swipe left. Oh, ugly bitch, swipe up, swipe down, swipe. So I mean, like, in my experience, it really hasn't helped. It has been a few occasions where like I finally do meet up with a chick and like, you know, it's like, oh, she's really cool. We start talking for a while, but I mean, there's been some other situations where it's like, man, you messing with a whole nother basket because you never seen somebody like you messing around in the basket. You get a fucking basket case, they'll fucking pull up on you. Oh, right. You sitting there like, make sure, like, when niggas say, go to a public place. Go somewhere where there's people around. Don't try to meet like spot. Oh, come to my house. Oh, come to my homegirl spot. You know, like, go to a public place. Like,
Let me chime in. Okay, internet dating, I hate to say it, it's terrible. Internet dating is just fucking. Back when I was coming up, we had I don't know if you remember this, Rose, but you remember the chat line.
Yeah.
You had the chat line. They had the chat line. We had what?
Yeah,
the internet.
I never got on it.
So basically, all that shit is smash. Like if I meet you online, guess what? We smashing. That's it. But if I meet you at a grocery store, if I meet you at Lowe's,
you would never give anybody you met online a chance. Like,
yes, all the time.
They was legitimately trying to, like, hey, how you doing? Hey,
for a relationship, like the BD.
Yeah, they
no, never.
No. You don't think it can happen? You don't ever think, like, legit, like, you meet somebody online, it's like, yo, they just happen to live in another.
It happens all the time.
Yeah,
It happens all the time. So yeah, it is. It
and
is
the divorce
real.
rate is at a extremely high. Like I say,
The divorce is gonna be higher rate anyway nowadays.
yeah, exactly. Online,
but that's how you meet people.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Online is, you got to realize, online is fake. You can betray whoever you want to betray. I can betray I'm goddamn a billionaire online. You know how many bitches I done met? I done got me a rental. I done got me the brand new Escalade. I done got me the brand new Porsche. I got me the brand new Lambo. And I'm riding through, and then I take a picture with it, and then I put it on my goddamn shit. Oh, what's up? And then I fuck the bitch, and then the next day she like, yo, when you gonna bring the Lambo? When you gonna bring the Escalade, dude? I want to ride an Escalade. Bitch, that was a rental. Yeah. Oh, it's over with.
Yeah.
She was just trying to fuck for the car, or she was just trying to fuck for the money. The shit is completely fake. Internet is completely fake, bro. Everything is fucking not real, bro. Real life is real life. Internet is what you portray yourself to be.
I will say the connections you make in person usually, it's a difference between when you go in person. I will say this also. So like, we got into the areas because like y'all was talking about the phone chat. I was in the era of AOL. You remember AIM?
Yeah.
Ortiz, he was like AOL Online. Then we went to MSN Messenger. And then we also had Black Planet. We had the forums. We had
MySpace, all that shit.
GeoCities, Bebo, High Five.
All that shit.
So I mean, like it's been in the making, and it's like really where you start meeting people. So there's some crazy situations that happen.
That's cool. It's like, don't get me wrong. Internet's
like,
cool
online
to
dating
meet people.
Cool.
Online dating, yeah, it's cool.
You just got to be careful
to meet people. But if I'm really okay, let's say I met a chick online. I still gotta do my due diligence. That means I still gotta meet your mama. How your mama look?
Yeah,
I still gotta meet your grandma. How your grandma look?
It's just an extra layer.
I still gotta go through all your people and talk to all your people. You know what I'm saying? It's a good icebreaker. Don't get me wrong. Internet's a good icebreaker. I done got pretty celebrity models and everybody hit me up, or I hit them up, and it's like boom, we start talking, and then they realize like, yo, are you just trying to smash? You trying to get with me? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Because I see you got 1 million followers, but you ain't got 1 million in the bank. You know what I'm saying? I see you got 1 million followers, but I see you driving an old beat up ass Honda Civic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it with a grain of salt. Internet, you got to be careful with that because, you know,
it's hit or miss sometimes.
It's missed most of the time. But if you hit, the way to hit is you meet somebody and you get to know them.
Man, that's the thing. I think that's really what people try to do is like you get to know them.
You get to know them, but you know, you got to realize we in the microwave age. So when you meet a chick, it matters her age because you might meet a chick. She done changed.
That's
you
how.
Know what I'm saying?
That's how.
I done turn over a whole new leaf.
That's how.
I need to get married now. I need to have a child now. But you got to realize the last 15 years, slut bucket. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. They try to make a whole new persona online. They think, oh, I can't. I muddied the water where I live at. Let me.
Oh, holy God, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
But literally 2 weeks ago, slut bucket. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. You gotta be careful with all that shit. And I just pray, bro, that you just stay with prayer, bro.
And then real quick, a breakdown of like a video. When you meet somebody, man, you can't lay shit too heavy on niggas. Like on people. When I say niggas, I mean people in general. You can't lay shit on too heavy. She was just trauma dumping. Oh, I'm a victim. Like if you got any feelings, like you gonna cry on the date, or you gonna bond dump and be like, oh, I've never had a man treat me this well, or all these other hoes do this and all these. Like, come on. You gotta work the shit out on your own. You can't be dumping shit on that. That shit is crazy. And I feel like it's another thing. You're gonna run into some nuts. Like all them little comedy shows. Remember the situations in the 90s where niggas would meet somebody like the Wayans brothers. They would meet a bitch online or meet a bitch somewhere. Like, oh yeah, this is my pen pal. That was another thing. Fucking pen pals.
Pen pals.
Motherfuckers used to send letters and to people in jail and shit. Yeah. And be like, so I mean, it's updated to 2020, 25.
Now it's the internet.
Now it's the internet. So it's like, stop trauma dumping on people. Work out your issues and be careful online, man. It's like honestly, a lot of dudes like we mentioned the passport bros earlier. Literally, you start hitting up chicks before you go on vacation. By the time you got there, you already got a roster to fuck with. You just go through the roster. You got 15 to talk to. 10 fall through. 5 pull up. One shorty pulls up. Hey, you rocking? Hey, come meet my friend. Next thing you know,
but them type of countries they trying to sell her off. So even you got to realize what was her job before you met you. She was a prostitute. She's selling it. She's selling pussy. But you come through with a bigger bag and it's like, oh, I need to marry you because you.
But I mean, even then, you make some genuine connections.
Yeah, you do all the time. But
come meet my friend. Yo, meet my family. And then you got
to realize that's what they do. It's like when you come to another country like that, they supposed to. The father gives you the blessing. Oh yeah, I see you American. I see you work a minimum wage job. For us, that's great money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Certain countries.
Yeah, man. So for me personally, man, I've dated online. I've met women. I've had good experiences. I've had bad experiences. I've met women that are dope.
I have more good experiences than bad.
You know, I've met women that are cool. I vibe with them. We had a good time. And there was a couple women that I ended up even dating from my online experiences with them. But, you know, I mean, you meet some crazy bitches too. I mean, just like it's crazy niggas online. I feel like in today's society, like online dating is almost a necessity if you want to, you know, be in the dating world, because it gives you more variety than in the past. Because in the past you was limited to who you went to high school with, who you lived around, and who you might have worked with or whatever. Now, when you do online dating, you might meet a woman from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Or you might meet someone from Atlanta, Georgia, or Savannah, Georgia. You know, or you might meet someone that lives in the same city as you, but y'all just never ran into each other because she was probably the type of person, all she did was go to work and go home. And so you're not going to meet her at the club. She lives on the other side of town. She doesn't frequent on your side of town. And now this just gave you the ability to meet someone that you would have in no other world met. In this particular situation that happened, I feel like we have to differentiate between online dating and online hookup. Because there is hookup culture. There is this culture of people just looking for quick hookups, just quick sex or whatever. Yeah. And there's nothing.
No. If I meet you online, guess what? We hook it up.
Come on, bro.
And see, that's one thing. We go back to Ant-Man. You know one problem I had when I was coming up? I don't know if y'all ever had this. But every single girl I used to mess with wanted to have my kid. Was trying to get pregnant by a nigga. This is a problem I had. Like literally every chick, I could fuck the bitch one time. Guess what? I'm pregnant. Bitch, come on.
Hey, did y'all watch the game back in the day?
Come on.
The show The Game where Derwin Todd he was like, yo, what's up, eggs? He called it bitch eggs.
It's like, come on. Every chick is like, you know, because it's just, man, come on, man. Every chick, bro.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with hooking up online, but you do, because, like, I'll say this. I've met women who literally have told me, yeah, man, like, so many niggas I met, within the first 5 minutes of conversation, they were trying to fuck. And I was actually trying to find someone who actually wanted to actually talk to me and date. So, like I said, you do have to navigate that. You do have to navigate people who are online just trying to fuck. And I'm going to say this, as a man, I've met a lot of women online within the first 5 minutes. Yo, I'm trying to suck that dick. I need some money though.
Oh, there you go. Let me get that check. Let me get that goddamn check. There you go. Like,
this is not the space. Bumble doesn't do that. Tinder doesn't do that. Facebook dating doesn't do that.
I've had a lot of situations where I'm talking to the girl. She tells me her name. We have a casual conversation about our favorite colors and favorite type of movies. And then she's like, okay, cool. Can I see you tonight? I said, cool. Like, what you trying to do? She was like, shit, I'm trying to fuck, man. And I was like, cool, say less. What I need to bring? And she was like, well, if you got a condom, cool. And can you bring $60 and 6
What you mean? What you mean, cool? No, yes, I have one.
And I'm like, hold on.
You know, we from Memphis.
You just slid in that $60.
And we from Memphis. You get goddamn with the 6-pack and a goddamn pack of Newports. Or you get the Cruise.
You get the raps. What they call
Swisher
the Swisher
Sweet.
Sweets, the backwoods,
Or some owls.
the game,
Owls. I need a pack of owls.
What type?
Green
Russian,
leaf.
that's it.
Russian cream.
Yeah.
Russian
No
cream.
cash. Like that is
Russian cream.
like we can smoke, we can drink, and we can fuck afterwards. But that's Hey, ain't no money supposed to be exchanged. That's So that is my thing. Be wary of that part. Because there is that part of online dating where there is a group of people, men and women, who are trying to hook up, especially on the women's end, who trying to get paid.
I will say this: there's a fine line between. See, all right, Jeffrey Dahmer ain't have to do shit. He did this shit in the 90s before we had access to the internet like that. Yo, be careful, but don't close yourself off because it's an open fucking world. Like, nigga, I'm on Instagram. I ain't never seen so much bitches that cosplay. They be fucking bad, dog.
Man,
like fucking bad.
It's so many different dating avenues. You got farmersmeat.com. You got Krystin.
Don't be lonely.
Man, they got an app where if you like Asian bitches, you can. It's nothing but Asian bitches. If you a man who like Asian bitches, you can just find Asian bitches on there, dog. Hey, on blackmeat.com or whatever. Then you find white people. It's like, hold up, there's white people in this app. Because guess what? It's white people that want to fuck black people or date black people, man. So I don't think nothing's wrong with online dating. I think it's actually a necessity, a tool that we need nowadays in the dating world. Because if you just really think about it, if you each one of us think about your high school experience. If you had to pick a woman to marry from high school like they did 40 years ago, would you have been happy?
Hell no.
If you had to
I think so.
If you had to pick a woman that you are currently a coworker, whether it's current or one of your former coworkers, would you have been necessarily thrilled with that decision?
Me and nah shit where me eats. Me nah can shit where me eat. Me never fuck with the proximity of the close pum. Me nah can do it. Me nah can fuck up my life like that.
If you had to do what some people did 40, 50 years ago, which is juice men and seeds, you got to rely on your parents or your aunties and uncles or your cousins matchmaking for you. Oh, Lord. So imagine your mom and dad say, yeah, this girl go to my church. You should go on a date with her, juice man. Like that was the thing back in the day.
She was the devil. That bitch was the devil.
I ain't gonna say she was the devil, but no walls. No
so,
walls.
Online dating does give you that aspect. And when we say online dating, bro, like we're limited to these apps like, Match.com, Christian Mingle. But if you meet somebody on Instagram, if you meet somebody on TikTok, if you meet somebody on Snapchat, because you just like their content, and y'all strike up a vibe, because I've started dating women off of that. Like I follow someone on Instagram, they follow me back. We both was liking each other pictures and stuff. Next thing you know, we got each other DMs, and then we met each other in person. That's a form of online dating. Because it's not like I met her in person first. I met her online, and then we transitioned that into a real relationship.
I can never get away with that. The way I gotta go about it is, okay, boom. The way I gotta go about it is, boom. Okay. I see a chick on Insta, right? Or I might see her on what's the other Snap? Or boom, and I gotta actually meet this bitch. I gotta actually be at an event she at, and she actually got a vibe with me. Like me just liking a picture and she like a picture back. That never works.
I ain't gonna lie though.
So how do y'all, real quick, online, you try to talk to a bitch, you try to let a bitch know you interested. How do you shoot your shot?
How do you shoot
That's
your shot?
the thing. I've never been the one, like, you know how niggas just hop in DMs and they be like, oh, she looks good, like on IG. Like on IG, you just hop in the DMs, you like, yo, what's up? Hey, how you doing? These women got thousands and thousands and thousands of DMs. So what is them going to open up my DM and say, reply, oh, hey, how you doing? Or, hey, heart eyes. Oh, you look good. Thank you.
That
TY.
Time.
And I'm not.
See, that's the fucked up thing.
So you haven't shot your shot to a woman online yet?
Never done it.
Never.
I ain't done that shit on IG.
Done either?
Wait. I've done it on Snap. Snap's a little bit more personal.
Okay, so how have you done it on Snap?
No, it's just casual shit. Like, oh, say something funny or, yo, how you day?
So give me a joke that you might have told her.
I don't know. She watching Rick and Morty or some bullshit, and I was like, yo, Rick and Morty or the regular show. And I was like, yo, said the next line. I was like, yo, that seems crazy. And she was like, oh, yeah, it's a cool show. We start actually chopping it up and shit. So, I mean, I've been like that.
What about you? Well, Juice Man, you said you having me. I ain't gonna lie, man. You know what never fails for me?
No, first me.
I send some heart emojis if she's on Snapchat.
That shit don't work, nigga.
Now look, let me finish. If it's on Snap, I send heart emojis like 2 to 3 with 2 to 3 money bags.
See.
My nigga, I never sent a money back. I heard that was supposed to do.
I sent the emoji.
You're not the first one I heard
with the money on his face.
You're not the first
Oh,
one
the tongue
I
out
heard
with
say
the money
that.
sign?
Yeah.
Tongue with the money.
You're not the first one I heard say that, but I have never, ever online came to a chick with the bag or the money face.
That shit works.
Fuck
That shit works. That shit works.
Why would I do that to myself?
That exactly. I want
That
that
shit
trauma.
works. It works.
Hell
Or
no.
if I'm on Instagram, I might say, "Hey, what you doing? What's your cash out?"
Oh my god. Not that was the cash.
That shit never fails either, man. If it's a chick that I really want to fuck with,
So what if she
Yeah,
come at you 500?
you are my price range.
Ah.
It was never meant to be. It was never meant to be. You are my price range. You are
It
my
ain't
price
like, but like you say, you miss 100 of the shots you don't take. I just like
Oh my god.
IG's just so funky and funny. Like I'm not going half the chicks pictures that I like or follow, I can't holler at because they getting 1,000 other DMs. So, but it has worked in like situations like Snapchat and maybe Facebook. I've been like 1 or 2 times. I'm like, but honestly, I'm better in person. And like my boy Dave said in Top Boy, I'm way calmer on the phone, way calmer.
So before we wrap it up,
I can't.
let's talk about something online dating that some people are worried about. Catfishing.
Okay,
Yeah.
What's up?
If you try to FaceTime, everybody ain't got an iPhone. So
Duvo.
Man, talk about these fat bitches who like taking number face pictures.
that's the thing. Everybody got a filter. It's like, hey, hit me on the video chat. We got Facebook Messenger. We got Snapchat. We got Instagram. There's so many chat apps. Literally WhatsApp. I personally use WhatsApp because I be in and out of the country a lot.
That's right.
So I use WhatsApp. But I mean, there's so many video platforms. If you cheese me, dog, like you cheese me, every single time I'm trying to hit you up and you flake out on me, I'm going to start questioning shit. And don't fucking send money when you never seen the
So
bitch.
have you ever been catfished, Cheese?
Like,
Like you thought this was one bitch you was getting. You get there and it's a whole different bitch.
no. I stopped that shit before I got there.
I'll be real,
I
nigga.
found out this shit was a fake ass profile.
I
on
told
Tinder.
MGH of a story where I got catfished, and this was like the worst catfish story I had. I met this bitch online. I think it was Tag or Date Hookup. Bad bitch. I'm talking about the pictures, bad. Thin waist, fat ass, nice breasts, pretty face, and everything. We've been talking for like a week. We finally decided to do our little date. The whole date was centered on, I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to take you to McDonald's. We're going to get something to eat real quick. And then we're going to go to the river walk and walk along the river walk. I come at 9 o'clock. I get there. I pull up in front of the house. On the way there, though, she called me and she was like, yeah, you close. I said, I'm like 5 minutes away. She said, yeah, I got something to tell you, babe. You know, I'm a little bit heavier than my pics. And I was like, now in the pic, she was like real skinny. So I was like, oh, that's what's up. I like thick women. I said, I love thick women. So I get there, and then so she starts walking out of the house. And I'm looking, and she's getting close. I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, yo, is this your cousin walking in my car? And she said, no, that's me. She gets in the car. She's fat. I'm like, fat. Like fat.
Okay.
Like disrespectful fat.
Right.
And then I'm looking at her
Face
face.
car leaning to the side.
Her face looks like someone beat it in with a shoe.
Oh no.
I'm talking about her teeth is separated. Her mouth looks like that of a walrus.
Oh,
Like her teeth is fucked up. She is nothing like her pictures.
oh,
Like her pictures, she was a 9. In person, she was like a 2.
One. Oh, okay.
Like she was bad. So I'm doing my best not to try to look at her. I'm driving. She talking to me. She calling me babe and stuff like that. And so finally she was like, yeah, can we go to McDonald's? We go to McDonald's and we get the food. So she ordered a Big Mac, a McChicken, 10-piece nugget, and like 2 double McDoubles and a large fry with a large sweet tea with 3 chocolate chip cookies. I ain't get no food because I was ashamed. I was ashamed. So all I got was a sweet tea. Now we all black, so we all know how it is when you out in public and when you with some nice little fine shit, and another nnigga see you and another nigga give you that nod like, nigga, that's you, and you be like, yeah, nigga, that's me. Man, this nigga was mopping floors at McDonald's. This is how bad it was. Because when a nigga is mopping floors in McDonald's and he looks at you like he's embarrassed for you, he made eye contact and was like, brother, I can't believe. Like, that's how it felt to me. And I was like, I looked back at him, I was like, nigga, I didn't know. This ain't me. I felt like R. Kelly. I'm fighting for my fucking life. Bro, when I tell you, within like, I said, hey man, let's take this food to go. She barely had started. We take the food in the car. Bro, for those who know Augusta, we was at the McDonald's by the old Kmart.
Okay.
We went to the Riverwalk, for those who know where the Riverwalk is. By the time I pulled up, everything I just named, she had already ate. Within that short little drive.
You gotta eat her.
Oh, Lord.
I never found out.
There was no kneecap action?
Nigga,
No back of the kneecap?
Nigga, we walked on the Riverwalk. It was another couple. The couple saw us, and it was the moonlight. And I guess they were scared that she was going to turn into a wolf man. Because they went on the other side. They went around us. Bruh, I looked at my phone. I said, I got class in the morning. She was like, I thought you was free tomorrow. I said, I thought I was, but I got an email. I got to be up in the morning. I'll take you home right now. Got in the car on the way home. She was like, babe, them cookies was good. Can I get some more cookies? In my head, I was like, bruh, I'm never going to see you again. Fuck it. Then we put a McDonald's. She got 3 more chocolate chip cookies. I dropped off. She said, so you going to call me? I said, yeah, I'm going to call you. It was like smoke. She said, you going to call me? Yes, I'm going to call you. I'm going to hit you up. As soon as I drove off, I blocked the number. I blocked her account off of the app. And I went to McDonald's because I was hungry. I ain't going to lie. I just didn't want you with that bitch. And I went to McDonald's from my side of town. I got something to eat. And I was like, yo, bro, I can't believe this bitch did me like that.
You know what?
So have you ever been catfished, Juice Man?
No, I have never been catfished. And I know I have never been catfished. I know what you mean by being catfished. And I think the closest thing I've been in catfish is I went to go pick up a shorty I usually messed with. You know what I'm saying? But instead, her mom pops up. And
okay.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. And her mom wasn't that bad. I was like, okay, you fuckable, but you ain't the shorty I posted. And she was like, oh, my daughter, she ain't feeling too well. She down in the weather, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, this is a mother-daughter thing. And then it's so crazy because after I got the mom, she was like, well, really, to tell you the truth, I really don't do this. I'm just doing this looking out for my daughter. So I know you need some pussy, nigga, so I'm gonna give you some pussy. And I'm like, God damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the craziest shit ever. It was like,
that sound dope.
The daughter was bad.
You fuck both?
Not at the same time, but you know what I'm saying? I was fucking the daughter.
Who pussy was better?
I would say the daughter.
Okay, cool.
But mine wasn't bad. It was just like
mine had some tricks from the 1950s that the daughter had.
Nah. That's what I'm saying. You gotta realize grandmas now are 35.
Oh, okay, true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Grandmas now are 35. So it's like the mom. Well, she
So-
maybe 16.
So niggas gonna be step granddaddies now. Step granddaddies.
I was talking to K. Marie. She was telling me how bitches on the page, for those who be on list crawler and stuff, they don't even use their real pictures sometimes. I can't even imagine no shit like that. I'm showing up for a meet. I'm finna give this bitch $100 to $150, and I might be walking in some shit that is not what was advertised to me.
It was a no-go. Oh, you know what? Here we go. I got another catfish story for you. Boom.
Tell it.
When that happens, you walk into boom, 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 boom. No.
You said you just say no?
No.
Damn.
You fuck around and find out. No.
You don't even get out the car. You just see a bitch. Like, who the fuck is that?
No.
That's me in the purple.
No, by this time you in the hotel room.
Yeah, sometimes you in the
and
room.
you don't realize, hold up, bro. This ain't the bitch I saw online.
You notice quick. Like, you'll notice quick. And it's like, no. You know what? Here's a 20.
I'm out.
I'm out. And a lot of times, guess what? Guess what they do?
What?
Women just as horny as men. I need some dick, nigga. Okay. Then the tables have been reversed.
It's no slide and provide.
I've been a man by giving you this 20. Now you goddamn going ham. You know what I'm saying?
So now it's
I don't give a damn.
I'm not
If
gonna
I come to a 9 or a 10,
100 no more because I know I fucked up. I
That's right.
catfishing you.
That's
But
right.
if you was a real nigga and gave me 20,
That's right.
I'm still gonna let you
Because
hit.
you might pull up. She might be a 9 or 10, like you say on the shit, right?
Yeah.
When you pull up, she a good 6, 7.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Hey, bitch.
And for the fellas, I'm not talking about these hoes that use filters. No, my homegirl Kay told me bitches be using pictures online.
Whole nother bitch.
Of other bitches.
Yeah. No.
Man,
No.
we've seen it. We've seen that shit. Like,
No.
literally, like filters
They
and all
gonna
this shit.
feel you just because you being a man and you should show them love. Like, hey,
And I
man,
mean-
I understand. Here's the 20, man, but I'm out.
And just to wrap things up, man, I'm literally gonna say, hey, when it comes to online dating, be careful. You already had to be careful with crazy people like Jeffrey Dahmer and all these other like the show You on Netflix. Let's talk about it. Let's just be. You got to be careful, but hey, don't block yourself and knock it because you might miss out on some amazing people. Like whether they live the next state over, the same city, another country. Who knows? Like shoot, you might have your the baddest chick ever. You might meet her in Brazil or Thailand or France or somewhere overseas, and like
40.
you fly out. Shit, I mean some bad 40-year-olds, man. So,
No. I mean, like American, the U.S. today's currency is $40. Like,
Oh yeah. So I mean, just
$40.
be careful. Bad dating, online dating is not bad. It's just like meeting somebody. Just because we've had tons of situations, we didn't get to it, but where you was trying to talk to somebody on the job, and then you meet this person outside of work. It's like a whole werewolf situation. The bitch get off work. She a fucking thought, and she smoke weed, and she does coke, and does all this other shit. She got 3 kids, but at work she's like, yes sir, and proper, prim and proper. Yes, that's Keisha that works in HR. That's Sarah. Sarah John, she's the secretary for the boss, and she's a fucking turned out thought that been fucking since she was.
Hey.
Show you some shit. So I mean, hey,
That's
just be careful. We gonna wrap it up, but be careful with online dating. Shoot your shot, but there's ways to know. Check the filters. It's 2025, man.
Hey, final thoughts, everyone.
That was it for me, man.
Juice man.
Nada.
Yeah, man. There was a situation last week where people got into a fight at Oak, and I think a day or two later they got a fight at Juicy Crab.
So you talking about the mothers versus daughters, Oak, and then we talking about the scene or the nurses versus the teachers, Red Crab.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All women.
let's keep something in mind, man. When people go out to have fun, people go out to have a good time. People go out because we all work 9 to 5s. Some of us work 9 to 5s, but some of us work them swing schedules where you're working 6 days, 12-hour shifts. But you go out to relax. You go out you let your hair loose and have fun. It should never get to the point while we out trying to enjoy ourselves that we have to worry about our safety and worry about what's going on, man. So nothing can be said to you that's that serious for you to start a brawl in the nightclub or a brawl in a restaurant where you're endangering yourself, the people that came with you, but more importantly, innocent bystanders who came there to just have a good time or came to have just a peaceful meal with their friends and their families, man. So, we as a society, we as a Black people, we gotta do better when we go out, man. This is one of the reasons why a lot of Black people who are older don't want to go out, man. So just keep that in mind, man. In the words of Abby and Rakim, peace.